Part 2, the Ford, Michigan Proving Ground, north of Detroit. And this puppy here has got the high output diesel. You can see it's got the red 6.7 on it. That means power. This is part 2 of this series. We're going to cover a lot about towing and a lot about the power of these trucks and what you can do with them. Then we got all kinds of commercial projects we want you to see. So come join us for part 2 of the Ford Michigan Proving Grounds 2023 Super Duty. Still at the Ford Proving Ground for this 2023 Super Duty launch event. All the cool stuff. There's so much stuff to go over. We're going to try to cover it here. And Aaron Bresky is the guy. What's your job title?
Yeah, hey Kent. My job title is Vehicle Engineering Manager on the Super Duty.
You are Mr. Super Duty.
Mr. Super Duty. Yeah, I know a Mr. Truck.
Yeah. We all have funny names, don't we?
That's what happens when you're in the business so long, right?
I know. I'm 20 years and you've been a long time.
A long time.
That 99, I knew when that came out, and they went to the intercool, they went to the disc brakes. I was so happy with Super Duty, went from heavy duty to Super Duty, so you got a lot of history in
Yes, I do, and we were so happy back at that time with 500 foot-pounds of torque.
Oh, I know, that was a big deal. Well, now that's what a half-ton almost does. It's crazy. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of questions for you. Now, I've been talking to all your engineers, your engine engineers, your transmission engineers, everybody I can find. And there's a few things that I'm still trying to figure out. We did a lot of stuff today with payload, and we'll see other trucks out here using radar and using all these things to back up and hook up. You're making it so easy, and trailer towing is intimidating. I give a lot of people, advice on that and write articles about that because, it's easy to get all scared backing up the trailer or doing trailer with a whipping trailer. And so, that's where you got to use that trailer brake controller and not your foot brake, which you guys have the brake controller in the best place ever. And you're the first ones to do that, over on the right side.
That's right. So, that's where it belongs, Ken.
Yeah, I always appreciate what you've done for safety. And your mirrors, you've always had the best mirrors, And now you got the heaviest duty trucks. You got 500 horsepower in your new output, 1,200 pounds of torque. My goodness, and you got this 10 speeds, you've got all this stuff going on. So I got all these notes.
So the all-new 2023 Super Duty, we ended up going further with towing, right? Along with the 500 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque for the diesel HO, which is new for this year. We ended up bringing 30,000 pounds conventional towing, as well as 35,000 pound fifth wheel, and an astonishing 40,000 pound gooseneck towing.
Oh wow!
Along with that, and if that's towing, the other aspect is payload, which is up to 8,000 pounds with the heavy payload package.
We're going to show that truck again. That's so incredible. I just drove the trailer that does 40,000 pounds.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, it's awesome. It's 3 axles, and I think they're over 15,000 each.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really cool to see what you guys do. And we're at the Proving Ground where you guys test all this stuff.
That's where we go and prove out built Ford tough durability, right? So we've really put these trucks through torture so that they are ready for any use by our customers. And the other thing within the Super Duty development for 2023 was not just about capability, it's all about the towing experience. So we brought the head-up display, we ended up bringing new technology, the Pro Trailer Hitch Assist, Smart Hitch, many other features to really help the customer that may not have that towing experience to get it right. And it really takes the guesswork out of, for example, setting up a trailer to have the proper tongue load, or even onboard scales, to make sure that the truck is not overloaded. So a lot of that experience was really designed into the Super Duty from the start. It wasn't just that we decided to add these features like 18 months ago, just before the launch. These were designed in from the start and carried throughout the program.
Well, that's so cool. The trailer hitch, the Smart Hitch. I mean, you got radar, you got the cameras, and it can just guide you anywhere. Just like the Pro Trailer Assist, that just does the whole thing. You just do the knob.
That's
People
right.
are used to that. I mean, I'm old school, so I'm used to turning the steering wheel the wrong way.
Yes.
But that's how I've done it, so I have to do it that way. But the new people need to do it the way it makes more sense, turn it the same way as the trailer's going.
So with the experience comes that knowledge of we know exactly what direction to turn the steering wheel in order to get the trailer to go a certain direction. But if you don't tow all the time, it's great to have that tool available for you, so that when you're in a high-stakes situation, for example, at a boat ramp. I don't know if you've seen at a boat ramp where there's people lined up and they're like, come on, let's go, hurry up, right? If you don't get it right, then you become sort of the target of ridicule, right? So it helps our customers to not get into that situation.
Well, that's good, and that takes all the intimidation out of trailering when you have all these devices helping you, and that's great. And you got some money stacked into these things, so you want them to benefit you and save your life, save your family. And then you also got a trailer app, which I think is really cool. And we were looking at it in there. I wish we took the videos of that, but I'm going to explain in more details because you can go to your website and you go to, was it Ford.com?
Yep.
And you build an account, which is nothing, it's free.
Yep.
And get the VIN number of either the truck you have, or if you're looking at trucks, write down those VIN numbers and take those to that app, and it will tell you the whole thing.
Yeah,
the truth of it.
It's a towing calculator, and it's right at www.ford.com. Just before the com, it's ford.support.com. And then in there, you just select on vehicles, and you can go and add a particular VIN that you might be interested in to that, and then you can look up the towing calculator, and you can see for that particular VIN that you just installed into that tool, what the towing capability is for all the options that are on that particular truck.
Well,
and then,
cool.
In addition to this, is there's different calculator aspect to where you can end up selecting a conventional trailer or a fifth wheel or even a gooseneck, and you can also select the cargo weight, any accessory weight. You know, if you ended up adding a winch to your truck, you could add the weight for that, and then any passenger weight, and then hit calculate, and it'll let you know precisely for that setup that you ended up putting into the calculator how much like from a trailer weight standpoint, and also the tongue load. So it'll let you know if all of those parameters, if you can tow a particular trailer with that particular truck.
Well, that's what you need. You need exact information. You need to know what that exact truck can do, and that will really save you a lot of heartache. And you're right, it's not always easy to figure out, because you figure out the option if you buy a Platinum versus an XL. Big difference in accessories and what the weight is and what the curb weight is. So you got to know all that.
All of those accessories go onto the truck, and that's weight onto the truck, which will impact what you can tow.
Yeah, and your onboard scale will tell you what your tongue weight is after you weigh the trailer, and then you can actually tell you how to adjust the weight distributing hitch, because a lot of people don't know how to do that.
That's right.
They don't know how to put more tension on it or less tension on it, and you can dial it right in. We just saw that demonstration today too, which is so awesome. Now tell me this, you also have something that on the high-end trucks like a Platinum or whatever the next one is.
Limited.
Limited.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of King Ranch, but anyway, that has the auto leveling headlights.
Yes, it does.
And that's also works with some of the payload things, or what makes that work? It levels you out?
So it basically is dynamic leveling headlights, and we know that if you end up putting a trailer on the truck, sometimes the headlights are set too high. Usually we would end up saying, you can adjust your headlights down manually, but now on the higher trim trucks, it's automatically that the headlamps adjust for the trailer or any weight that you have in the back of the truck. So it's always at the desired level.
Automatically.
Yes, automatically.
That is so cool because, I've seen some of the Japanese vehicles, they have a little dial and you can move them up and down, but that's manual and it's not self-adjusting. Here's a guy's done it all for you, so you're safe whenever you drive, because that is true. A lot of trucks will squat. I'm not saying your squat any different than anybody else's, because you got some pretty good springs out there, but if your back end is going down, of course the headlights are going to go up. So that is, I think that's just a wonderful, wonderful feature
that's
you have on that.
New for 2023 is auto leveling headlamps on the high series trucks.
Yeah, and then the heads-up display is new for this year.
Absolutely.
And it's bright, it's very clear, it has actually more options in that screen than I think everybody else does. I think there's 5 different things that line up there.
That's right, and we have it to where there's different head-up display screens, right? One for off-road, one for towing, and the one for normal mode, and we ended up developing the content on those screens specific in a hierarchy, right? The information that's up highest in the view is information to keep you alive. It's very similar to like a fighter jet. That very critical information to keep you alive is right at the top. And then there's other information in the hierarchy of warning information next below that, and then just other information that's needed below that. And what we work to do is minimize the amount of information that's there and keep it to the critical desired information that's needed at that point in time.
Well, that is so cool, because you got to keep your eyes on the road. So heads-up display lets you do that.
Right, and it basically keeps your eyes up and out where you really want to be looking with such a heavy trailer behind you, right? If you're looking down here or something like that, it only takes a split second.
Exactly.
And it's like, gosh.
It's easy to be gone. And just like your brake controllers right there, immediately I can see it, grab my hands and brake the trailer so I don't sway. I love
That's
all
right.
that stuff. I love. I mean, I've been using aftermarket products before, and a lot of their brake controllers are way down low, and you got to look down, and you run into something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been in some scary situations with that. And then you also, I mean, I like the step bumpers. I mean, you guys have had a tailgate step forever. I'm a big fan of a step in the bumper.
Hey, new for 2023, we ended up lowering the tailgate step, so it's more accessible.
Right.
On the 4x4 trucks, it's closer to the ground, and it really matches the center height, if you will, from the ground all the way up to the tailgate, and it's a nice, easy from an ergonomic standpoint.
Now, is that the second one that drops down?
This is in the tailgate step, and then I think where you're going. I think where you're going is the bumper steps, and then we have also an optional retracting step for the bumper step. So it's like a little ladder right into the
and there's one for
pickup
the
box.
crossover toolbox up front.
Absolutely.
Second step.
Yes, and here what we ended up doing, it's all based on working with our customers in the field. We learn from them is that when they're hitching a fifth wheel or a gooseneck trailer, you must go in the pickup box to go and cinch up the hitch, right?
Exactly,
and then a lot of times the big trailer, camper trailer, the customer doesn't have access from the back of the pickup box,
that's
right?
true,
Because
that's
it's hanging over and it's so wide.
Yeah.
So the side box step with that optional retracting step there, it's like a little ladder. We ended up putting handholds so you can not lose your grip and just jump right in there and hitch your trailers.
Still the Ford Proving Ground. I'm here with Aaron Bresky, and he's going to show me new features that you got to see on this truck, this 2023 Ford Super Duty. This is a dually.
So Kent, and we ended up focusing on box usage and box access. So we ended up taking and putting a very thoughtful handhold here to just use the bumper step to get up here and grab anything that you would like.
That's the stake pocket? The stake pocket is your handhold.
This is unique from the stake pocket, right? So here's the stake pocket, and then there's a very good handhold that we designed in on both sides.
That's so cool.
But we also got feedback from our customers is that this might be too high for some people with maybe knees or something like this.
Yes.
So that's okay. We just have a retracting step.
Cool, you got 2 steps, man.
That's right. So we end up just going 1, 2, 3, and we're up and in, no problem.
Oh, that is so cool. That's great. I like that because these trucks are getting so darn tall.
That's
Stop
right.
making these trucks so tall, Aaron.
Yes. And then it's so easy to just ladder back out.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And you also have the tailgate ladder in the tailgate.
That's right. We have the tailgate step, new for 2023. It's been lowered down.
Oh, it's lowered. That's good.
So
Mine
it's
is
a
real
much
high.
easier access as far as stepping up.
You think about all the 65-year-olds that are like me, you need all the help you can
That's
get in
right.
these trucks.
And easy to jump down as well.
There's one more feature I want to look at.
What's that?
What's the background on these steps?
The background is we listen to our customers so often. We get deep customer insights from them. They let us know is that this tailgate step is great when we're using the truck in this form.
Yeah.
But when there's a trailer, you can't really use it. So
that's true. I understand that.
Concern solved with a Super Duty solution. Super Duty solution is right here. Any trailer that you have back here, have access up into the pickup box.
That's good.
Even with a camper, the big fifth wheel camper, access into the pickup box with the side box step.
I love these steps. You put them all over the place. It's great. And you've done so much with the cameras this year. There's nothing better than a camera that shows all the way down the side of a trailer off your middle monitor, and that's when you turn your blinker on.
Yeah, and so Ken, you were just mentioned the hitch. So we did a lot of focus based on our customer input to make these hitch chain holders much more accessible for the smallest and the largest hooks. And so it looks pretty large right here, but every one of these little areas is designed in order to get any hook attached into this trailer
That's
hitch.
cool. When you get some of these bigger trailers, they have big hooks. You need all that room you can.
There's also a place to go and attach a breakaway either here or down here.
Ties. Yeah.
Yep, the little hook.
Breakaway, yeah.
Commonly on breakaways.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And that's the thing, is these big trailers, you got to make them ready for that. A lot of these, you got to get on your knees to try to find the hook, and then you got to go clear underneath there. Yeah, this is.
So now it's either like this or it's like under and back, and any hook.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Great features on this. Pretty beefy, and that's a Class 5, which is what, a 3-inch receiver, made for the big toys.
Yeah, new for 2023, we have conventional towing up to 30,000 pounds.
That's pretty amazing. That's where you got to go to Gen Y or go to store.mrtruck.com, buy your Gen Y hitch, and get that pintle attachment so you can tow 30,000 pounds with the right truck.
Thank you very much, Ken.
Oh, you betcha. Thank you. Now look at that, Gen Y adjustable hitch. This one's rated to tow 32,000 pounds. And Ford has an F450 dually two-wheel drive regular cab that can tow 30,000. So Gen Y is allowing 32,000, and Ford has a truck that will actually tow 30,000 pounds.
Don't go away, MrTruck.tv. We'll be right back.
Well, you got so much cool stuff. I hope I covered enough of it, because I mean, I'm going to do the Tremor next. Now you got the new brake on there, so you can turn in really tight corners.
Oh, absolutely. Trail turn assist. Oh my gosh. Kent, it basically is, it allows that Tremor, when you activate that trail turn assist, just to like turn around almost right on its length of the, spinning around the rear tire. It is amazing.
Well, yeah, the Bronco does that, doesn't it?
It brings, yes it does, but it brings the Super Duty so nimble out in the off-road environment.
Well, that's the Tremor. So
what an
it's
exciting
an off-road truck.
What an exciting feature that is.
That is so cool.